This week, Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan set off on a whirlwind tour. He had 3 stops: Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and the United Arab Emirates, UAE. Basically a Gulf tour. But what explains Erdogan's sudden wanderlust? The answer is investments. You see, the Turkish economy is crumbling, their currency, the lira, is plummeting. Inflation, on the other hand, is soaring. In the month of June, Turkey's official inflation rate was 38%, but estimates say the actual rate was around 108%. So Erdogan clearly needs these investments, and he needs them fast, which is why he turned to his rich Gulf neighbors. You could say his tour was a glorified funding ground. And did it work? Well, we told you about the first leg yesterday. His first stop was Saudi Arabia. He met Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. The two behaved like long-lost friends. Clearly, the memory of Erdogan once calling MBS a murderer is not haunting relations anymore. Instead, it was all hugs and drone deals. Turkish firm Baykar signed a drone deal with Saudi Arabia. It's apparently a big one. This is Turkey's biggest ever aviation export contract. So clearly, Riyadh is buying a lot of drones. We don't know the number yet, but it sounds like a success for Erdogan. It also helps that the drone-making company is run by his son-in-law, so a double win. Next, the Turkish president traveled to Qatar. They talked about boosting bilateral ties and put up a strong show of friendship. And finally, Erdogan landed in the UAE, the last stop of his 3-leg tour. Here he met UAE President Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan. They signed deals worth $50 billion. So all in all, the trip sounds like a success. Erdogan got the defense deals, he got the investments, he also got the morale boost. It's quite a story really, and a lesson on how leaders who lose track of reality have to eat humble pie. Not very long ago, Erdogan's equation with some of these Gulf leaders was bitter. He almost called the Saudi leader a murderer. And he had a working relationship with the Qatari leader, more like a marriage of convenience. In 2017, when Qatar was blockaded by other Gulf nations, Erdogan stood by them. Turkey sent food, water and medicines to Qatar, even stationed troops there. And in return, Qatar helped Turkey on the international stage. It sided with Ankara in the Arab League, and investments kept flowing. So the bonhomie with Qatar now is not too strange. But with Saudi Arabia, it's quite a U-turn. Just 3 years ago, Erdogan and MBS were at loggerheads. It started with the death of journalist Jamal Khashoggi. It happened in the Saudi consulate in Turkey. Erdogan blamed MBS for the murder. The countries boycotted each other's imports, they banned each other's media, and the rivalry of the leaders was for the world to see. Because both these men, MBS and Erdogan, have lofty ambitions. They see themselves as the leader of the Islamic world. But MBS has a little edge here. He is, after all, the de facto ruler of Saudi Arabia, the custodian of Islam's holiest sites, plus he has the petrodollars. You can't be the king of the Islamic world without money. But Erdogan challenged that, and he lost. The last few years have been tough for his country. The president's dreams of a new Ottoman Empire have been punctured. Erdogan has toned down the rhetoric since. He's now trying to fix the economy that he broke, and for that, he's reaching out to the Gulf nations. He needs their friendship and their money. So he pulled off a charm offensive. The Turkish president gifted all 3 leaders electric vehicles. This model, called the TOG, a Turkish-made electric car. MBS even drove Erdogan around in it. But it's a bit early to say who is taking whom for a ride.